Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. I've got this gorgeous Mehndi tutorial for you. It's a really nice glowy makeup and you can adapt it to however you want to. So carry on watching the tutorial. This will be in Urdu and in English. So I'm going to start off with my model's eyebrows, and I'm going to use my brow wax gel, which is from Be Perfect. I'm running low on this product. I really do like this product. Using my spoolie, and what I'm doing is brushing the product through the hair and really brushing it upwards. It takes a few minutes to do this. You can really need to brush it through the hair and then brush it upwards, and then I use the spoolie just to make sure that all the hair are nice and neat. तो यहाँ पे मैंने ब्राउ वैक्स इस्तेमाल किया है. इसको अपने प्रोडक्ट को ऐसे बालों में आगे पीछे करके लगा देना एंड देन अपने बालों को करें. काफ़ी टाइम लगता है, इसको थोड़ा सा ध्यान से करना पड़ता है एंड देन ये सेट हो जाता है. एंड देन अपनी स्पूली से जो बाल ज़्यादा स्ट्रेट हुए हुए हैं उनको थोड़ा सा शेप में ले आती हूँ. Now I struggle to actually find use an angled brush to create hair strokes, so I'm using this NYX pen, which is really good actually. So just adding in a few hairlines. So यहाँ पे मैंने ये NYX का ब्रश पेन यूज़ कर रही हूँ जो आईब्रोज के लिए थोड़े से जो फाइन लाइंस होती हैं वो क्रिएट कर रही हूँ कि वहाँ पे ऐसे लगे जैसे बाल है, क्योंकि एंगल ब्रश से एक्चुअली मेरी लाइंस जो होती है थोड़ी सी मोटी हो जाती हैं. सो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लगता है. यहाँ पे मैंने लुइस का रूमर बेस शेड यूज़ कर रही हूँ अभी, एंड देन इसको मैं काव आउट कर दूँगी आईब्रोज को ऊपर भी और नीचे भी, एंड इसको ब्लेंड कर दूँगी पूरे लिड पे. So I'm using my Louise Rumour base in Rumour shade 3. So I'm carving out the eyebrows. I'm using a flat synthetic brush at the top of the eyebrows and the bottom, and then what I'm going to do is blend the product out. So what I do is I go in, I pat the product in, and then what I do is use a fluffy brush to take away any excess product. You could use foundation or concealer here, but I do think an eye base actually works a lot better. So यहाँ पे मैंने एक फ्लफ़ी ब्रश से जो एक्स्ट्रा प्रोडक्ट है उसको उतार रही हूँ, पैट इन कर रही हूँ, एंड देन जो एक्स्ट्रा प्रोडक्ट है उसको साइडों से भी थोड़ी सी एजेस थोड़ी सी हैं उसको ब्लेंड किए जा रही हूँ. So I'm using a fluffy brush now, and what I'm doing is really blending out the harsh edges, taking away any extra product, because you don't want too much here either. So using the Louise Wedding Wish palette, I'm using an orangey brown on the outer corners. I'm just using a fluffy brush, and on the outer corners tapping on my colour because the base is wet. If you find it easier or you struggle to do it this way, you could add a little bit of powder first and then go in with your eyeshadow. So you can try it like that as well if you want to. So on the outer corners, I'm just tapping on my colour, and when there's less on the brush, I'm actually just swiping a little bit and blending it out. So यहाँ पे मैंने आउटर कॉर्नर्स पे एक वीक शेप में अपना जो पहला कलर है वो लगा लिया है. जब थोड़ा सा कम प्रोडक्ट रह गया तो उसको ब्लेंड कर रही हूँ क्योंकि नीचे प्रोडक्ट जो है वेट है. फिर मैंने एक डार्क ब्राउन लिया है, स्लाइटली स्मॉलर फ्लफ़ी ब्रश यूज़ कर रही हूँ, एंड जहाँ पे पहला कलर था उससे नीचे ही इसको आउटर वी में लगा के इसको ब्लेंड कर दूँगी. So I wanted to add a little bit more depth, so I'm just going in with a darker brown shadow now. They're all matte eyeshadows, and I'm just going in with a slightly smaller fluffy blending brush, and I'm keeping this again to the outer socket areas and a little bit underneath the actual first colour that I used. And then I'm just blending away on the edges with the very first colour I used just to diffuse everything. So यहाँ पे outer corners पे जो थोड़ी सी blending है वो कर रही हूँ. So next I'm going to go in with my shimmer. I use my finger to apply this, so I'm just dabbing this on and then I'm sweeping it down. I go over this twice, so just to make sure I've got enough colour pigment. I don't tend to use a brush here. I have done it before sometimes occasionally if I didn't want too much pigment, but I do tend to go in with my finger more. So यहाँ पे फिंगर से अपना शिमर अप्लाई कर रही हूँ. 2 दफ़ा ये करती हूँ, ब्रश से मैं नहीं करती. ब्रश से कई दफ़ा अगर बहुत लाइट सा शिमर चाहिए तो फिर ब्रश से कर लेती हूँ, लेकिन ज़्यादातर मैं अपना फिंगर यूज़ करती हूँ. So next I just went in with a blacker eyeshadow with a flat brush, and I'm just adding this on in a straight line, which I blend out very slightly just on the eyelashes, the base of the eyes. So यहाँ पे black eyeshadow थोड़ा सा इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ, just यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा डेप्थ आ जाए. फिर मैंने hyaluronic serum इस्तेमाल किया, and then अपनी eye cream की है. Moisturizer इस दफ़ा I don't think मैंने यूज़ किया था, वीडियो में नहीं है, मुझे याद नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे लगता नहीं है कि मैंने यूज़ किया था क्योंकि काफ़ी ज़्यादा हाइड्रेशन हो गई थी वैसे भी. So I use my hyaluronic serum and then some eye cream. Just make sure you allow some time in between so that there's actually time for that product to get absorbed into the skin. Normally you will see makeup pilling, which is where it looks like it's just rubbing off, and that's normally because you've not allowed time for your product to absorb it. Gone in with my e.l.f. blurring primer, and I'm using this in circular motions on the cheek areas, really buffing this in. So यहाँ पे मैंने अपना प्राइमर लगा दिया, सर्कुलर मोशंस में किया है। डेनेसा मैरिक्स का एक ग्लो सीरम यूज़ कर रही हूँ, ब्रश के साथ ही लगा रही हूँ, जो मुझे ये एक्चुअली बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद आ रहा है। Going in with the glow serum from Danessa Myricks. I've actually picked up a few products a few months ago and I'm absolutely loving all of them. I think they're really nice. Colour correcting with my foundation from my Makeup Forever Essentials palette. I don't normally colour correct with an orange corrector. I tend to go in with either a darker concealer or a darker foundation, which has a slight orange tinge to it, and it just avoids that orangeness that you get. So this actually works really well. So colour correcting कर रही हूँ अपनी डार्क फाउंडेशन थोड़ी सी यूज़ करके, एंड देन यहाँ पे डेनेसा मायरिक्स की ही एक स्किन सीरम यूज़ कर रही हूँ ब्रश के साथ, एंड देन ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर के साथ अप्लाई करूँगी. So I've gone in with my Danessa Myricks Skin Serum Foundation, which is really pretty. It gives you a really nice, it's full coverage, buildable, and it gives you like a glow as well to the skin. Applying this all over with my foundation brush, and then I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender and make sure I blend everything away. Take your time when you're doing this. You really want to get everything blended in really nicely. Once I feel that everything is blended in, I will go in with a very small amount of foundation again and add another layer on, and that finishes off the base for me. So here you can see I'm just adding on a very small amount of foundation and just making sure I blend this all out. So एक दफ़ा आपकी blending हो चुकी है, फिर एक थोड़ा सा amount लेके foundation का एक आखिरी layer यहाँ पे लगा देती हूँ. बहुत ही छोटा सा amount मैंने foundation का लिया है. Then I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tip Concealer. I go down the centre of the face, down the nose, forehead and underneath the eyes quite heavily. I haven't gone too light, and we're just going to set this with powder later on. So Tarte का Shape Tip Concealer यहाँ पे यूज़ कर रही हूँ, काफ़ी ज़्यादा यूज़ करती हूँ eyes के नीचे and center of the face में, and then यहाँ पे contouring करूँगी साथ में. So for contouring, I'm using a Balm contour from Danessa Myricks. Again, I absolutely love this product. I think it's really easy to blend, easy to apply, and there's no harshness. It doesn't look harsh or anything, and it's just a really nice product to use. And I use this on the nose as well, and it's really easy to blend out, and you don't get that harsh or really dark lines. So यहाँ पे मैंने ये एक कॉन्टो बाम है जो डेनेसा मायरिक्स की इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ. अगेन आप यहाँ पे जो मर्जी आप प्रोडक्ट यूज़ करें, आप देखते रहते हैं कि मैं डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स यूज़ करती रहती हूँ, लेकिन रिजल्ट्स प्रिटी मच वही आते हैं. सो जो आपको पसंद आता है, जो आपको ईजिली अवेलेबल आप वो यूज़ करें. नोज़ पे मैंने बस एक छोटा सा ब्रश ले लिया, आहिस्ता इसको ब्लेंड की जा रही हूँ. So on the nose, I've just switched to a smaller brush now, and I'm just for more control really. And I'm taking the product into the eyebrows and down the side of the nose. You can use whatever products you want. I mean, you'll see me chopping and changing, but the results or the techniques is what you need to really be looking at. So you can go in with whatever products you've got. Don't feel that you have to go and buy the products that I'm using. So then I'm just using a brush and I'm blending out all the harsh edges of the contour, making sure everything is blending in nicely. So यहाँ पे ब्रश के साथ मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी ब्लेंडिंग कर रही हूँ कि मेरे जो हार्श लाइन्स है कोई कॉन्टोर की, वो सारा कुछ ब्लेंड हो जाए. कंसीलर के साथ अभी आप ब्यूटी ब्लेंडर भी यहाँ पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं आज यहाँ पे ब्रश यूज़ कर रही हूँ. Underneath the eyes as well, I used to go in with my beauty blender a lot, but I've kind of like switched to brushes now, and for the last few months I've been liking using my brushes. So I'm really taking my time here. My model actually had quite a few creases underneath her eyes, which is natural. Everyone has them. I don't know if you can see them much in the video or not, or later on, but she did. And I'm doing the same technique as I would, and a lot of people obviously say, how do you get rid of those lines? But you can't get rid of those lines. You can see them afterwards. If you've got natural creasing there, you can only minimize it a little bit with your concealer and your powder. You will still be able to see them. Going in with a liquid blush. This was like a bright baby pink. It's from Louise, but I can't remember the shade, I'm afraid. I'm just adding this on with my brush, and then I'm going to blend this out. सो लिक्विड ब्लश इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ, फिर इसको मैं ब्लेंड कर दूँगी। पी लुइस का है लेकिन इसका नाम का जो शेड है वो मुझे नहीं याद, सॉरी। So just going to make sure I buff out the edges and make sure everything is blending in. And then the next technique is basically I'm adding on my highlighter on my wet base before powdering, and this is a powder highlighter, and I love doing this because it actually gives you such a beautiful glow from within. So यहाँ पे मैंने अपना हाइलाइटर पाउडरिंग से पहले लगा लिया, बाद में भी लगाऊंगी, लेकिन इस तरीके से इस टेक्निक से ना बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा सा नेचुरल सा एक ग्लो आता है। एंड असल में ना ये बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लोई सी लग रही थी माशाल्लाह। Making sure everything is clean and tidy under the eyes again, and it's all blended out before I actually go in with my MAC Studio Fix. Now I used to use a lot of loose powders here, my Laura Mercier, but I have been using my MAC Studio Fix quite a lot for this, and I'm actually really like the results. It is really important that you set your eyes with your powder first, either loose or compact powder, and then go in with your baking. If you go in straight with your baking, you will end up, I mean, I think it looks amazing on camera sometimes or in pictures and things, but in reality it looks really cakey, so it's not something I've ever really done. Going in with my Huda Beauty loose powder now and adding that on with a powder puff, so you can do this with a brush as well if you like, but this is what is going to be my baking now. So पहले मैंने थोड़ा सा पाउडर लगा दिया था, कॉम्पैक्ट पाउडर मैक का यूज़ किया था, पाउडर भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं इफ़ यू वांट। पहले इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप सेट कर लें थोड़ा सा मेकअप, लाइटली सेट करना है, बहुत हैवीली नहीं, एंड देन अपनी जो बेकिंग है वो कर लें अगर करनी है तो। अगर सीधा आप इतना लूज़ पाउडर लेके जाएंगे तो पिक्चर्स में तो सही लगता है कई दफ़ा, लेकिन रियलिटी में काफ़ी ज़्यादा केकीनेस आ जाता है। एंड देन मैं यहाँ पे अपना मैक स्टूडियो फिक्स का NC40 पाउडर यूज़ कर रही हूँ, जो कॉन्टोरिंग की थी उसको सेट किए जा रही हूँ, एंड थोड़ा सा लाइटली कर रही हूँ क्योंकि इसकी इतनी हार्शनेस नहीं आती, एंड अंडर द आइज भी ये यूज़ कर रही हूँ। So I've gone in with my NC40 MAC Studio Fix, and I'm using this underneath the eyes, and I also use it to go over my cream contour as well. I find when you go in on, especially on the nose, when you go in with a contour product, the colour can be quite harsh, or it can be quite pigmented, and it's quite difficult to blend out. So it's quite nice using a powder because it's really easy to blend out. So I'm just going to the outer corners, pulling it out, making sure it kind of like connects with the lid makeup as well on the outer corners, and just blending everything out, buffing it out. फिर मैंने एक छोटा सा ब्रश लिया एंड एक डार्क ब्राउन ले लूँगी, एंड जो बिल्कुल लैश लाइन पे है वहाँ पे हल्का हल्का सा आउटर कॉर्नर्स पे लगाऊंगी, एंड थोड़ा सा मिडल ऑफ द आई तक ले आऊँगी. So then I'm switching to a very fine brush now, and I've gone in with a little bit of a dark brown now. You could go for a very dark colour here, or black even if you wanted as well, but I just wanted to add a little bit of depth, and it makes a huge difference just on the outer corners and bringing it into the middle. It just looks really, really pretty and makes a huge difference, I think. Then I buffed out the powders using my MAC Studio Fix and the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Unfortunately that bit got cut out, I think, but yeah, I've blended all that away, and I'm just making sure everything is blended away nicely now. So Charlotte Tilbury का powder and MAC का powder यूज़ करके तो अपनी जो बेकिंग है उसको मैंने हटा दिया था, and then यहाँ पे बस सारा कुछ blend की जा रही हूँ. Now once you've done all that powdering, it's important that you hydrate the skin, so any hydrating spray, just use it. I'm just putting my to cover the eye makeup, just putting my hand there, and then I'm going in with my Doll Beauty highlighter again, and then I'm going to go in with blush. I find that if you go in the other way around, it looks like there's just a line of highlighter and it's not blended, so I prefer doing it this way. So highlighter लगा दिया, and then अपना blush लगा रही हूँ. इससे ये होता है कि आपका जो highlighter है वो थोड़ा सा blend हो जाता है, and एक वो harsh सी line नहीं नज़र आती. Lipstick was from NYX. I went in with this new lipstick. It was like a pink colour, but I didn't like it, so then I went in with my Huda Beauty, like a nude colour from Huda Beauty, and went over it as well. So लिपस्टिक पहले मैंने एक पिंक सी लगाई थी जो मुझे एक्चुअली इतनी पसंद नहीं आई थी, NYX से थी, एंड देन इसके ऊपर मैंने ना एक न्यूड हडा ब्यूटी की बस लगा दी थी लिक्विड लिपस्टिक. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I have a lot of tutorials coming up for you, bridal and non-bridal. If there's any requests, let me know in the comments, and if I can do them, I will do them for you. So then we went on, did the hair, got some jewelry on, and I'll show you the final look. So ये हमारा final look था. Hope आपको पसंद आ रहा है. So this was the final look. I hope you like this look. Again, this makeup could be used for different functions as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and inshallah I will see you soon. I hope आपको tutorial पसंद आया. इंशाल्लाह दोबारा मुलाकात होगी. अल्लाह हाफिज़.